Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video by yours truly. You're gonna have to get used to that glare in my sunglasses because I, just discovered that I got something in my eye, and I don't know if it's because of all the blue light. So just to be on the safe side, we're gonna start wearing some blue light glasses, guys. Okay. Now, there's a lot to discuss here with the Wuthering Waves 2.3 live stream. A lot of people are mad about it, aren't happy about it. There's a lot going around in there, and I'll be honest. I could care less. I'm just here to share my thoughts and what I thought about this live stream. They have a nice little rundown here that we're going to just scroll down the list, look at all the things. And I like this because I'll be honest, I translate the entire live streams. I've been doing this for a very long time. And so while I'm translating, a lot of information just goes over my head and I don't see things. Furthermore, I live stream these, broadcasts to have a good time with my chat. I'm not really locked in on information consumption and like being critical as I should be. Like I'm really there just to have a good time with chat and soak in the information together collectively, right? So furthermore, I pulled an all-nighter, right? So my cognitive abilities aren't fully there. I'm not really trying to have this in-depth discussion on what's occurring. So now that I'm here with full clarity, I had some sleep, not a lot. I had about 4.5 hours, but I feel so much better. I feel like I slept for like 8. I want to go over all of this, and I just want to share my honest thoughts on everything that they have presented in this live stream and get into some of the things that are quite polarizing right now in the community. First of all, I did look at all of this. This is pretty much 37 wishes, right? If you look at all of this, scroll down, you'll come to find out that it's about 37 wishes. And then we get the wing glider. Now, somebody was saying that this was mid, and a number of people in my chat were calling it mid. Me personally, the effects on the wing glider, first of all, I think it looks cool, but it also has some little effects flying. I think anything that has a visual animation effect on it as a cosmetic and there's not a price tag on it, that's a W. And so I thought that was cool. We also get some Phantom Echo right there, as well as a number of them further on down the line. This was one of the biggest highlights for me. All right, it's not just necessarily because I'm a gooner, although y'all know I'm probably the biggest Changli simp in the entirety of the game. Actually, ain't no probably. I'm the #1 Changli simp. We all know this. God damn, she looks good. But not setting all that aside, it's just really nice to see a mainstream gacha game actually prioritize skins. And guys, I'm gonna be honest. These aren't just skins on characters nobody gives a flying fuck about. It's not Preservation March, who nobody plays with in Honkai Star Rail with an extremely mid aesthetic put on her. No, it's quite literally characters everyone loves, Changli and Carlotta. And then we already got the Gen Z skin, right? So these guys are already off to a good start in my mind with cosmetics. I always tell y'all these games are way too expensive and overpriced because at the end of the day, price point should not jeopardize the experience of your gaming. You know what I mean? It should not. But skins, oh, that's a whole different. I 1 billion% advocate skins being monetized because that's up to you to appreciate the character you have been playing with for a long time, and it kind of like brings a breath of fresh air to that character's feel. Especially when they change up the visualizations of the animations, it just gives a bit of freshness. This is what kept me playing League for such a long time. New skin came out for this character. Oh my God, now I want to play with him again. Now I want to go top lane with Darius, dunk on some motherfucking Dunk Master Darius. It's good. It was a big highlight for me. But I understand that not everybody's crazy about skins. I am. I think it's great, and I think it's a missed opportunity severely in the mainstream gacha space in particular. They do a great job in Girls Front Line, and honestly, it's the only game that comes to my mind. Reverse 1999 has some pretty good skins as well, and then I think Black Beacon even opened up its launch with skins. So it's more of a mainstream problem. I won't gripe on it too much more. Gilded Night Market. They're bringing back some of these echoes that you might have missed out on from the Elusive Realm. Me personally, we all know my history. I missed out. I think it was this one, which I don't really care, but they're bringing those back with another 10 pull. But again, all that amounts to 37 wishes, even the free-to-play weapons coming back. Good things, not too bad. The initial top-up reset, we already know this comes with every single anniversary. And generally, as I told y'all, these guys will now use this top-up reset to further push monetary incentives. Like they're going to do the top-up, but they're going to make sure they give you a bunch of shit to use that top-up to make a bunch of goddamn money. And so now it's no longer just a top-up reset. It's a top-up reset with an agenda, which is good for business and generally bad for consumers who don't have a lot of money. Upgraded returnee event. Yeah, they're giving some incentivized event to where you're going to get a 10 pull. This is only for the returnees, right? It's not for the people who are still playing the game. If you ask me, should have just gave it to everyone. Just gave another 10 pull on top of everyone. Guys, I will always tell y'all, these games are fucking extremely expensive. All right, $100 price points in the shop. I don't care if you're tired of hearing me talk about this. I'll talk about it as much as I need to get it through your thick fucking skulls because they're cooked from playing too many gacha games. $100 price point in the shop for half a chance to win a character is garbage. All right, and so asking these people for whatever you want to ask them for, do it. Because if you can get away with it, great. These games are overpriced. So another 10 pull, give it to the whole community. That's my true thoughts. In fact, fuck that. Give it to the community plus a 5-star, plus a weapon selector, plus a limited. Whatever the consumer can get out of these games, get it out of them. Because for the next year, they're going to make a fucking $1 billion. And that's the reality of it. Moving on, upgraded Pioneer Podcast. The item modifier will be added to Pioneer Podcast rewards. This is good. The process of obtaining experience and materials will also be optimized. Additionally, in version 2.3, you'll be able to access certain quests directly from the Pioneer Podcast page. So I think the item modifier, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's the thing that allows you to choose the main stat on the echoes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Getting an upgrade to a Pioneer Podcast and the price point remaining the same is obviously a benefit. It might be a small, minuscule one, but it's still a benefit. Resounding Waves, participate in the anniversary web event. I hate web events. I do. I completely despise them. They're just fucking annoying. It's just a way for some goddamn corporate guy to look at hand a statistic off to another investor and be like, hey, we're getting them over to our website. It's kind of annoying. To review the milestones you achieved in the world of Wuthering Waves over the past year. Okay, we got, oh, well, you know what? Hold on. Okay, I might have just ate my words right there. If this is milestones, if this is going to show, I don't care about my milestones, but what they did during the stream, showing off all those statistics of how many people got their ass kicked by a hologram, how many people won, that was very fascinating to me. And I would deviate to another website for something like that because that's just good information to consume. It also lets me know how much the devs, how meticulous they are with every fucking thing their player is doing, also that they can use psychologists to then turn your ass into spending more money. Tinfoil hat. Birthday blessing. Don't care about this. Yeah, it completely irrelevant for me. Global pre-registration. Okay, I don't think that matters. Hold on, let me skim through this. Wow, I didn't see this. Following the version 2.4 maintenance, more in-game events will become available. If you're new to the game, you can participate in the beginner quests after version 2.4 to win a selectable 5-star resonator and other rewards. Dang, that's good. That's actually a pretty cool incentive for people going, new players coming back to Wuthering Waves. I didn't see that in the live stream. Once again, information that went over my head. So free 5-star selector for new players coming to the game. Okay, that's pretty cool. We're getting a new companion story. God damn, that is one gorgeous woman, man. Fire Girl from Black Clover, Meta Leona, I think is her name. She's just like a more hot, sophisticated, better version. I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's a better version. New story event, Your Summer Will Never Wither. This is great. This is once again proving that when I'm in a live stream, I'm just not that focused. I didn't even see an MSQ like confirmation. I guess that's just how locked in I was on either translating or communicating with chat. But we are getting a new story event. I wonder if this is like going to be quite like strict to canon, or like not strict to canon, but pacing towards a point where it feels like you're keeping up with the plot, the plot's continuing to progress, or is it going to be something where it feels more of a setting up for what's to come? I always say that. Well, and you won't know until you actually play the update, but I'll save my story review, I guess, and hold reserve judgment until that time. A new permanent event, Dreaming Deep. Yeah, I don't even remember this. So, okay, I guess we'll see what this is. A permanent event, watching a theater. I don't know. It must not have been that impressionable on me. No thoughts on that. This is massive. New tactical hologram challenges, Fleur-de-Lis and Lorelei. Dog, I'll be honest, this is early. I didn't know we were going to get this so soon. This was something, once again, I was like celebrating it, but I didn't really soak it in during the live stream. Getting Fleur-de-Lis, the tactical hologram version, so goddamn soon. Next update? Guys, that's huge. And then Lorelei on top of that. We're eating. I haven't even done the fucking Dragon Dirge fight yet. I got 3 holograms to do next patch. I do, because I've been just so busy with everything else. I'm fucking stoked about this because this is my favorite content in the game. I love getting sweaty. I love these fights. I don't even care if they're like, they got shit where you can't foreshadow what's gonna happen. You can't, they're not telegraphic. Don't give a damn. They're just a blast to do with my chat. So really looking forward to that. New Phantom Echoes, Nightmare Crownless. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I think they could, I'll be honest, great. Most people are gonna be like, oh yeah, cool. I think they could do better with their designs, you know, their fucking shiny Pokemon, if you will. I think they could do a bit better on the cook. It just kind of looks too chrome skin induced. Once again, League of Legends as a reference point. They need to do things to where the characters almost look like they've evolved. Like they look like this superior being. Because right now they're just more chrome skin induced. That doesn't really just blow me away. That's just my personal opinion. Nimbus Wraith and Chess Mimic, more Phantom Echoes, more shiny Pokemon. Optimizations, we're getting the Echo aspect where you get to change the appearance of the Resonator. Yep, we already knew that. I don't know if there's anything in addition to that. This is just putting your glider on, but flight apparatus, I don't know. I feel like that's just changing the skin. Data modification, adjust the first main stat. We already talked about this. That's with that item enhancer. Ray tracing in 120 FPS. So they're going to make ray tracing even better. And then the 120 FPS option will be made available for a broader range of graphic cards. So more people getting access to the 120 FPS. That's cool. No cooldown for boss fights. Wonderful and lovely QOL. Not gonna glaze it because it's just something that should have just been there since the start of the fucking game, I'll be honest. But great QOL. We finally got it. We have been asking for it for a while. Glossary, underline height. Okay, this is pretty much jargons while you're reading dialogue and you can't remember what the fuck that jargon even means or represents. They're not gonna have it underlined to where you can click on that and it'll tell you quickly what that jargon actually means. Good. Game resource download optimization, Nokia 3000 holders, you getting a buff. Boy, good for you. All right, let's go ahead and scroll down here because I think this is where the, okay, we got phase 1 Zani, phase 2 Shakona. That weapon it looks incredible. It actually looks like it can go in Black Beacon too. That's funny. This weapon looks great. I know we're gonna get to, here we go. This is the point where I already know where people are gonna try and draw terrible parallels. And once again, I'm not here to argue with anybody. I'm here to explain why I think this is so much better in Wuthering Waves than it is in HSR. Okay, yeah, this is the first one I actually want to show you guys. So this is every single banner that's ever came into Wuthering Waves, and this is the exact way that the characters have entered them. Starting off with 1.0, Jian and Yinlin. Now, if you play Wuthering Waves, then you know for a fact these two characters are still viable in quite literally every single mode, every in-game mode. The biggest positive about Wuthering Waves that we all know as Wuthering Waves players is there's not really any fucking power creep. In fact, last night, go and watch the VOD, the 8-hour stream where I'm doing this Whimpering Waste mode. My Chang Li and my Ayana Koji, I forget the guy's name right now, Xiang Liao. I had a Chang Li Xiang Liao comp outperform my Camellia Rochia comp. That is insane because everybody knows how broken Rochia and Camellia is in Whimpering Waste. Why am I outperforming them with a 1.1 unit and a free unit? Because they have designed a game where power creep isn't problematic. It just doesn't fucking exist in Wuthering Waves. And if it does, it is in the slightest, and I do mean slightest degree possible. People are still soloing the TOA with Don Jean, a fucking 4-star. And so the reality of the situation is power creep doesn't exist, but that's not the only thing that's positive about Wuthering Waves. The other thing is the banner scheduling isn't aggressive. In fact, to the contrary, it's quite commendable. The best, and I mean the best unit in the whole game, the only unit that I would say is a must-have on your account, and that's up for debate, is Shorekeeper. Free unit right before her, completely free, given to you for free. Most valuable unit in the game, boom. You have the chance to get her because the guy before her was completely free. The person before the guy that was free is mid as fuck at that time. Jeje, a lot of people skipped her. I didn't because I love her and I'm based. Nobody really needed Jeje. So you could have skipped. Most likely, You could have skipped Jeje without feeling like, oh my God, but power creep, I need her. Nope, skipper, boom, free unit, boom, Shorekeeper acquired. Look what happens after Shorekeeper. A Gion rerun. Nobody pulls on fucking male characters in these games. Y'all know it. We all know it. Everyone knows it. Gave you all the predicament, the picture and framing required for you to secure what would be a Robin in Honkai Star Rail, what would be a Ron May in Honkai Star Rail. Beautiful. Respecting the player as a fucking consumer. And that's what I'm talking about. Power creep doesn't exist, and they're holding it down on the fucking banner scheduling. This is wonderful. Who comes up next? Camellia. Now, here's the thing about Wuthering Waves. Everybody wanted Camellia, but if you stayed with your Genzi and your Gion or your Xiong Liao, you skip the Camellia, it doesn't matter. That's never the case in HSR, though. You probably got to take a L for the next month and a half in the in-game mode because you know they're going to tailor it to the next character, and the next character is stronger than the previous characters. And so when I look at this, I'm just like, this is great. Regardless, let's say you pick up Camellia. Guess what happens? Right after Camellia, is there new character power creeping everybody before him? Is it a fucking Acheron? No. Rerun. No new character. Give our players some room to breathe. It's the free guy that everybody already owns. Or it's Yinlin who came out in 1.0. This is not aggressive banner scheduling. This is not pushing power creep on you and going, you gotta have this character, bro. You gotta have him. You know what I'm saying? She does every goddamn thing under the sun, bro. Like, this is why it's not a problem when Wuthering Waves drops all those banner scheduling characters at once. And we're going to go into that and go in even further. But when you look at Carlotta and Rochia, right after this, once again, you have room. You actually have a possibility to get that Carlotta because you just skipped her. Or I'm sorry, skipped nothing, actually. You skipped the guy who was given to you for free. So Carlotta comes after that, and then Rochia comes after that. Now, I will admit, most people skipped Rochia. I didn't. I pulled for her, and I pulled for the Carlotta. This is a bit of an aggressive banner scheduling. This, once again, is where, at the end of the day, a gacha game is still a gacha game, but it's still nowhere near the realms of HSR. And once again, if you skipped Carlotta, is she the best DPS in the game? I think she is, but you don't need her. Gion, Genzi, all of them are in the same tier of strength. It's wild. Xiong Liao is a monster. Camellia is a monster. So you don't even need that Carlotta, like legitimately. You know, you got people in HSR, you don't even need, and then you, all right, well, it took me 30 cycles to clear this. Actually, I kind of need that character. In Wuthering Waves, it's just not the case, bro. Hologram, Tower of Adversity, fucking Whimper and Waste. You legitimately just can do without them. It's like, do you want them? And that's how the games should be. Do you want them because you like their playstyle? Do you like their character personality, their backstory? Great, go for it. That's up to you. That's your autonomy. Not, well, I don't care if you don't like them. They got a global passive. I don't care if you don't like them. They are just simply the strongest fucking unit of all time. So, well, if you don't pull them, you're gonna regret that. You know what I mean? That's the difference here. Then we got Rochia, and then we got Pete. You could, I shit you not, you could skip. I don't recommend the Rochia, especially looking back retroactively with the Whimper race, right? But you could skip Peeb, Brant, and Cantarella, all fucking three of them. And you could then get a Shorekeeper if you didn't get her the first time. And you know what would change on your account? Nothing. That's just how balanced this game is. You don't need Brant, Peeb, or Cantarella, bro. You dead ass. In HSR, if you skipped 3 banners, oh, you're fucked. You're cooked. Because I guarantee you there's a Robin or a Ron May or a meta-breaking Acheron in there somewhere, and now your account has to deal with that fucking MOC for the next 3 months. That's the reality of the situation here. So my thought process, when we get to this, and I see all characters that have ever released in Wuthering Waves coming out in phase 1 and phase 2 with the picture I just painted for you, they're literally the right way of presenting you options. And I do mean options, okay? This Peeb right here, although everybody's going, that's gonna be needed for Zani, it's not needed for Zani. I'll put money on it. Zani gonna come out and mop the fucking floor whether you got Peeb or not. That's just how Kudo balances their games. We have a track record, a trailing record of history showing you don't need the other characters to make them work. Guys, listen, what's her name? Carlotta. We thought Jeje was with Carlotta. Guess what? I use Chang Li Carlotta. I don't even fucking use my Jeje. Every single unit, you just don't need the characters I thought you needed. I was proved wrong in that manner. I thought Yinlin has to be with Xiang Liao, although I do use them. You could just quick swap Xiang Liao with Chang Li and that shit works. This game's skill expression is so peak that these are options, not necessities. And because of that, it's way better. It's not a one-to-one with HSR. No matter how much some guy who's just mad that creators who they actually loved left the space, don't cover the game anymore, tries to convince you, this is nowhere near the same. Why? Because one game has aggressive power creep, the other game does not. One game has aggressive banner scheduling, the other game does not. And that is a fucking fact. Guys, in the exact same 1 year anniversary, 2.1 was the 1 year anniversary of HSR. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 fucking characters in the exact same time frame were released in Honkai Star Rail. And then the final character obliterated every fucking DPS before her. That character is Acheron. Power crept every DPS before her. Ruan Mei was 2 patches before her, and Baibaru Lune and Sparkle was 1 patch before her. Robin was after her. You cannot look me in my eyes and try and one-to-one this scenario. No matter how cooked in the brain you are, I pray you have some sense of rationality to go, okay, the guy's got a fucking point there. Now that we've got that all out the way, the only thing I would like to say here is the same thing that I told you about HSR. Although they gave you every single character to choose from as an option, at the end of the day, I agree with what Saint Tontes said. This shit is not good enough in terms of an anniversary. They could have made these characters much more accessible, 100% guaranteed, so that you have a selector of choice for real on the standard, or I'm sorry, the previous limited banner characters that you wanted to have. The other problem that I have in particular that I always gripe about is the peanut butter and jelly scenario, which I missed this. I didn't see this during the live stream. Once again, it's a lot. It's happening fast. I'm lit too. But Peeb should be on this half, not on the half with fucking Zani, her PB&J part. We know the spectrofrazzle shit and how it functions. We know Zani's going to use it. Once again, Zani does not need Peeb. Do not let these geniuses, these fake theory crafters on the internet convince you that she needs Peeb. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. But the reality of it is, we all want her to play with that one character we want to have her with. I don't own Peeb. I'd like to pick up Zani and then pick up Peeb the next patch. I would. But they're pairing them both in the exact same fashion because they want to sell you that fucking top-up reset. They want you to spend your money, right? And the community's convinced you, oh, good value, bro. You get so many, you get double the resources. $100 fucking. Jesus. Regardless, that is something that's worth scrutinizing. And anybody out there telling you that's okay, it's just a moron. It's the same people I called morons in HSR. You never advocate peanut butter and jelly, same exact time span. Best character, best support, same one. Like, it's just, when you look at these price points, you're cooked to think that that is a good fucking business practice for the consumer who has built you up to the notoriety you have today. Sorry. Peeb should be on the second half. Why? You have double the time now to get the Zani and the Peeb if that's what you want, which most Zani havers who don't have Peeb will want that. And I rest my case on that. That's pretty much it. Other than that, the second half, you got Shikona with these guys. I mean, Shikona is an arrow unit who gives arrow damage bonus, right? That's what they said in the event. There's not even an arrow character over here, so I don't really see a peanut butter and jelly scenario with the Bard. Now, as I said in the live stream, in fact, I'd rather just play the clip of me saying it. I am completely on y'all side in terms of these rewards. And I said it in the live stream. You literally can go get it straight from the fucking horse's mouth, but I'll just say it here again. The rewards were ass. There's no two ways about it. They weren't mid. Mid means they were decent. Mid would mean we got a 5-star standard. My Kung Fu Panda got an extra Eidolon closer to E6 so I can finally use her as a DPS. No, they weren't even mid. They were absolutely ass. 37 pulls and you're dropping a Zani and a Shikona and all these other weapons, characters in the same exact time frame. 37 pulls ain't a goddamn enough, man. The amount of money these companies make on a month-to-month basis, bitch, give me a free Shakona. That's what I would like. The reality of it is they give you a free Shakona, you're going to want another free limited character next year and then the year after that, as I said in the podcast. But who gives a fuck? Give us a free limited character one time per year. Whoop-de-fucking-do, bro. 12 months goes by and we got one limited banner character. That's a problem. Your fake currency that you don't have to spend any money on is all of a sudden draining itself. Oh my pockets are hurt, bro. My fake currency just gave him a free limited character. We got to stop sitting here making these companies or letting these companies get away with the notion of, yeah, let's not ask for too much here. Now, there's no such thing as asking for too much. And so if you guys want to maul to the highest of heavens to Wuthering Waves, guys, at the end of the day, you're battling for the consumer to get more out of this game. Who am I to tell you to calm it down? It's just not how... This is not how it works. I'm not on the company side. Fuck the company, bro. Them motherfuckers ain't sponsored me since day one of playing the game, and I brought them millions of views, right? Now, of course, it's a two-way street, right? I'm growing off of their fucking clout as well. But the reality of it is, I'm for me and I'm for the consumer as always. These guys didn't give enough rewards. That's just the reality of the situation. However, as I told y'all in the live stream, Wuthering Waves has been cooking since day one. It's not even the same game as it was day one. It's hardly recognizable. They've improved storytelling, voice acting, exploration, combat, visualization, FPS. I have lost track of how much shit they have improved in this game to the point where I can't get mad when they make one singular mistake. They have so much more room. As I've said in the stream, a lot of this is coming back because I want to make sure we're on the same page on my thoughts. They're not the straw that broke the camel's back. They're not, this right here is not even like, it's barely anything. The camel can handle 3 more people and Shaq on his fucking back and still be okay. That is Wuthering Waves. They've been cooking. There's a lot of leeway. There's a lot of room for error for me to be like, okay, this game's ass, bro. It's time to go in on them. HSR made every wrong choice in the goddamn book. That's why I get shit on. They don't improve anything anymore. They just milk the cow. I guess the final thing I want to say is they've already said they're addressing the feedback. It's on Twitter. You can go and look for yourself. They opened up in their official Discord server a feedback for everyone, positive and negative, to give on the anniversary rewards and whatever they wanted to say. And they've already closed it, which means they've received that feedback. We're probably going to be getting a message here within the next 24 hours. Who knows? But kudos, if anything, they know how to listen. And so we'll see what happens here in a bit. Regardless, those are all my thoughts. I'm still playing the game. Game's fantastic. The game has been improving. That's going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Comment down below. Peace, love, and happiness. I do need to address me hitting 100K. I will make a video and personally thank you guys with my full thoughts on that, probably in the next one. Take care.